Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today. I am in Naples, California, which is a beautiful city right on the bay. And I was down here last Christmas for you guys. Just wanted to come back because it's absolutely stunning. But nice, all these meandering walkways. A lot of the houses are built right in the water, and it's built like Naples, where we've got all these beautiful homes that are right in the water, too. Chairman Powell steps forward and says, we are living in a new world, a new economy, and people need to prepare themselves for this. So there is a ton of stuff to cover today. And before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And also, guys, we have an email list that you can sign up for. Emails going out this weekend. And also, we have the Patreon channel, and a video just went out for Patreon, as a matter of fact, on that, too. Plus, today, we have a sponsor to the channel, Private Internet Access, and I will talk about them a little later. They are a VPN company, and I'll cover that in just a few minutes. Chairman Powell steps forward and tells us that, hey, listen, we've got to prepare for inflation. Now, think about this. Their goal for inflation was 2%. And they've told us that, and it was transitory, and it was going to pass, and, you know, it's with my friend, and the check's in the mail, and don't worry about it, all these stories. But now, hey, you need to get ready for this. You need to understand that what we're living through right now is going to be permanent. Now, we're being told a massive lie. We're being told that inflation is at 8.6%. None of you believe that. Nobody living believes that. And think about this. People that write me from France, they say France, your inflation's at 5%, 5.7. Okay, UK, 7.6. It's a lie. And we all know that. And, you know, as we get to 4th of July, we celebrate next week here in the States, you've got one of the worst travel times ever, where there's so many people traveling around the country to get to places to basically vacation, but they're talking about already thousands of flights have already been canceled. These poor people, I know people flying back to the States right now, and I'm like, I wonder if they're going to get back. So with that being said, this is going to be an absolute disaster, but this is the shape of where we're at right now in the economy. Things are not good right now. Things are a mess. And Powell says, hey, you need to get ready for this inflationary spike and just have it be something that you have to live with. Now, think about this. Inflation, they told us, was that they're trying to get their goal of 2%. After the 2008 housing crash, they had real problems. And to fix it, you know, the Fed did everything they could to keep interest rates low and keep inflation low. And now they know that it's out of control, and they know that it's going to be something that is going to be a business killer, it's going to be a country killer, it's going to be a middle-class family killer right now, because people cannot afford to buy normal merchandise. And again, the most expensive 4th of July ever, airline tickets, everything's up. Vacationing is up in general. And Bill Ackman, who runs Pershing Square, I've talked about him a bunch on the channel. You know, he's the guy that bet against the market and went on CNBC in 2020 when the health crisis started and bet against it and said how bad things were, and made $1 billion from that. Now he's saying that, hey, the Fed's got to get a hold of inflation. For the average person, you know, one thing about billionaires is that regardless of what you think of them, the majority of them want most people, okay, their workers, not to sleep in a cardboard box, guys, and to not sleep in their cars. So Mr. Ackman's no different than somebody that, whether you believe it or not, I think that this guy really believes that the economy is completely out of control and the Fed has to do something. And you can sit there and say this is all by design and they're going to put the new digital dollar out, and you can have those arguments all you want. Maybe that's the case, guys. But right now, we've got to live in the world and deal with the cards that we've been dealt and get through this right now. But this is crazy. To sit there and just wait to think that nothing's going to be done about inflation and act like this is just going to fix itself somehow, it is never going to happen. So Powell's telling you right now, inflation's going to be at such a high level that you have got to get used to how bad the inflation is right now. We all know it's not at 8.6%, but think about this. How bad is it going to get, guys? How bad is meat going to get? How bad is it going to get for produce, for eggs, for everything that you buy, gasoline, okay? How bad is it? Now, people are talking, you know, I had a meeting yesterday with a friend talking about how bad it is that the oil companies make all this money. I'm like, you know, that's what you're just focused on, that with everything that's going on. You're not focused on how insane this whole thing is, and that how the meal that we bought is $25 more than it was the last time we were at the same restaurant for the two of us. I bought, so I know that. I bought last time too, so I know that. We're supposed to just act like this is no big deal right now. And it's crazy, guys. It's absolutely crazy to sit down and think that things are we're just gonna get by during this time. Let's talk about our sponsor, Private Internet Access VPN. I love this product. Now, one thing that we've really talked a lot about is security online, with banking, with making sure that you're anonymous. Private Internet Access is a VPN, a virtual private network. And this is the easiest thing to use ever, guys, because with one click, you can turn it on. And there's no equipment to install. It's something that makes you completely anonymous on the internet. And as an iAllegedly subscriber, they give you an 82% discount. It has never been cheaper. So if you're going into your bank, if you're going into log into your pension, your IRA, anything like that, you're going to remain completely anonymous. They have servers around the world. You can have up to 10 devices on this one account, and it's absolutely amazing. And again, you get an 82% discount for using the iAllegedly code. But this is critical that you guys have this, because right now, think about if you want to do any investigations, if you want to look at anything, if you just want to browse the internet and not have people know what you're searching, this is anonymous. Plus, the cool thing about this is that this has stood up in court. People have said, oh, we're going to see what your search history is, and they can't find it because of the private VPN. How about that, guys? It's worth its weight in gold. Let me show you how simple this is to use. You go to the iAllegedly page, you click on it, you sign up for it. Once you get the service, it's one button. You can have up to 10 devices on this. Think about this. Your family, your business, everything's covered with one payment. And with that, you're anonymously surfing the web. You can go to your bank. You can go to Chase Bank. You can go to Truist Bank. E-Trade, guys, and no one's going to be able to ever see your login access. And again, I recommend this because I use it. And again, guys, I don't recommend things I don't use to you guys. That's the whole point of this. And this is something that they have extended, that 82% discount. Take advantage of this because it's never going to be cheaper, and it's an absolute smoking deal. But use the discount code iAllegedly below. It's absolutely amazing. I love this service, and take a look at it today. Private Internet Access, VPN. It's absolutely amazing. Again, simplest thing in the world, but if you want to be anonymous online, this is it. You know, one thing I like to look at, guys, is what other people are doing, what other countries are doing, what's happening around the globe, and could this ever happen to us? Well, look at Sri Lanka, guys. There's a couple great stories below about the complete shutdown of the economy. Their prime minister, Ranil Wickremesinghe, this guy steps forward and says, hey, we're in a complete economic collapse right now. Fuel shortages, they have 4 days of fuel, they say. Electricity, water, gas, everything in the entire country. Previous prime minister outlawed, chemical fertilizers. And the writing was on the walls when it was just a matter of time until all hell was going to break loose. And you know, now Sri Lanka is basically going to become Zimbabwe pretty soon. Speaking of Zimbabwe, they have 200% interest right now. 200%, an inflationary index of 200% right now. That is insane, guys. But Sri Lanka, no food, no water, people in the streets. Hey, you know what we did? We curbed the problem by having the city workers and state workers on the island of over 10 million people work 4 days a week. People are dying in gas lines right now. 11 people so far died in gas lines waiting for fuel. That's hell, guys. So you have to look at this. You have to look at people sending me stuff like this, people sending me stuff from around the globe now, telling me how bad shortages are and how bad things are. They can't get certain products. Think about it. Wineries, this sounds ridiculous, but a winery that can't get glass for its bottles cannot bottle the wine. And I know, well, you can get another container. No, you can't. You can't put wine in another container. So, you know, there's certain things that make things inoperable, and it's only a matter of time until things collapse. Sri Lanka, guys, the United States. Our currency here in the United States is the dollar. The world uses the dollar for oil. Now if China and if everybody else gets together that they're talking about and decides to use another type of currency, it is all bets off for us, guys. This is going to be Mad Max, and this place will be done as a matter of you know, days, as far as I'm concerned, if that happens. So get ready for this. Get ready by stocking up on food. Get ready for preparing. Again, this is supposed to be 4th of July weekend. It's supposed to be a great time. We're all supposed to be celebrating, you know, the independence of our country. And I'd use this time, guys, right now to get yourself ready right now. And by the way, you know, it's just, you can hear everybody out on the beach. The cool thing about this is when I was a kid, my grandmother would take us out to these beaches. But on these side streets, there's all these little beaches that you have. You can see them back there. I'll get a shot of it for you. Basically, it's just a coast, and you've got the inlets that go through, but just a great place to play. But for kids, it's really safe because you just got the water. There's no waves, and you know, you don't have to worry about anybody, you know, getting overtaken by a wave. And my grandmother could always come out and get us if she had to. So just really cool, you know, fond memories. But man, oh man, with what we're living through, guys, right now, hurricanes are coming this year. Should you not worry about that? No, not right now, Dan. It's 4th of July weekend. No, you should. This is earthquake territory that I'm standing in right now. You've got to be ready for the earthquakes. Okay, if you're not, that's on you, because they're coming. So I had someone reach out to me and say, hey, should I buy an extra freezer? They're on sale. Well, the question is, can you get one right now? And, oh, what do you mean? Well, a lot of times you'll see these in ads. They'll get you to the store. Oh, we haven't had those for months. So she calls back, hey, they're here. So go buy the freezer. Go buy the, you know, this freezer that's on sale just to store food. Oh, that's kind of a paranoid way to live. It is. Absolutely is. But better safe than sorry, guys, right now. So dry goods, extra food, extra water, water purification, sterno stoves to cook things in. Whoa, 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 Dan, what are you, camping in my house? You may be, guys. So Sri Lanka, guys. When do you sit there and say enough is enough? When our leaders, like, let's just use Powell, okay, who's supposed to not have a political bone either way, okay? It's kind of funny to say that, okay? So this guy says we're going to get inflation back to 2%. No, never, guys. And now he's admitting that what we're living through right now is insane and a complete mess. And if you don't believe that, that's on you. Now, check this out, guys. This area is absolutely beautiful, and I need to come back here because there's just so much to see when you're walking through the different bridges and houses and everything. It's just really cool. Now, I got sent an article out of the UK, and there's a thing called shrinkflation here. Shrinkflation is when you're paying the same price or more and getting less for the same product. There is a term that they use in the UK, which I love, called skimpflation. And this is great because when was the last time you bought something and you go, oh, this just sucks. The quality is not the same. You buy a pair of socks and you can see through it. You buy underwear and they're just not the same quality they were. A t-shirt. You go and you have a meal at a restaurant and you go, this sucks. This is not what it used to be. And this is happening around the world. But as we pay more and more money for this, we're seeing that this term is being used more and more. But again, where do you draw the line? What's going to happen if you keep going out to restaurants and the quality of your meal is awful? All these kids are doing lifeguard training over here, which is really cool. They line up. So where do you draw the line with this? And I think it's amazing because we're starting to see it in bigger purchases. You're starting to see things that take longer to get. Sofas, okay, was a great example that this article talked about, and how the quality of the inserts, okay, where they used to use a certain type of wood for support, now they're using cardboard. They're using different things just to brace things up. But again, how long is cardboard going to last compared to wood inside your sofa? So, what have you guys seen this on? Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Let me know what you think. And I just think that everything that we're purchasing right now, as I read this article and I start running through everything that I look at, you're going to see that people in business are cutting corners every way they can just to stay afloat. And the fact that there's no money for these people to get by, and here in the States they're talking about, hey, we need more money for the restaurants. No, guys, why? I really think this. I think you're going to see such an influx of businesses go out of business right now between now. There's all those kids lined up. Between now and the end of the year, like we've never seen before. We still have not had a true shutdown of all the commercial real estate where people have not been making their payments for years now. Have that catch up. I like the jet boats that rev their engines and stuff because they can't go more than 5 knots on the water so that there's no wake. Couple things. Elon Musk, I love how people just pick. Now, this was from Business Insider, the articles below. They're talking about, hey, it's really unfair that the employees from Tesla have to log in now. And they're getting emails from upper management. If you don't log in, if you don't use your key card, you're not in the office, they know it. Well, guys, tell me a job that you didn't have to check in. And I recently reached out to a friend of mine who's got an online job. He's got a great gig, but he's working for a Silicon Valley company, okay? And with that being said, he still has to check in every day. They know where he's at. They know where he's at all the time. And, when I was in the entertainment industry and I worked for somebody else, I could basically set my own schedule. But, man, they knew where I was at every day. And, it's just a great way to work that way. But also, it made it so that, because I lived in Orange County and the offices were in LA, that I had certain times of the day that traffic was inevitable. So if you want to get a hold of Dan, and he's going to pick his kids up, you call him between 4 and 6:30 because he's going to be stuck in traffic for 2.5 hours. And it worked out great. But I couldn't imagine getting upset that Tesla wants to know where I'm at. And for these people to sit there and act like this is a big deal is crazy. Look at these streets, guys. And again, just like Naples and Venice. Isn't that beautiful, guys? All these houses. It's just beautiful. Just a really, really cool spot. This, at Christmas time, I got to come back down here at Christmas and show you guys, because, man, they just decorate this. And there's a big circular area where a lot of the houses just go to town down here. But again, just a beautiful spot. Beautiful day. You can't see it. I don't think I'm going to make it there in time, but there's a gondola ride if you wanted to do something romantic. Go on the gondola and they'll have the guy push you through the channels. Kind of neat, kind of fun. Here's something completely the opposite of what we've been told, and it's about real estate. What if, in fact, there is a real estate surplus, a glut of places to buy? There's a company called Ivy and Associates that keeps track of real estate trends and keeps track of sales figures and things like that, and their website's below, and their story that they're talking about is below as well. But they're talking about, what if in fact right now, since 2008, with all this building, if in fact there is a glut of houses right now on the market, and in short order that's going to be made very apparent. Now personally, I think that's the case, because one thing that is cropped up here, and I showed it once, I did a video about a year ago on this, about these dormitory type condos that they're building, that are basically 5 and 6 story boxes that look like a dorm, and it's the Russian model. And basically they're charging here in Southern California for a cheap one in Orange County was $650,000 up to almost $900,000 for these places. But they're a condo, guys, and it's not a nice condo. Underground parking, shenanigans like that. There's such a glut of these places that a lot of them got built, they could not sell them, so they started to rent them out. We saw this in LA last year as well. About a year ago, I did a video on that, San Fernando Valley, where they were renting these places out near shopping centers and things like that because they could not sell them. So what if, when the smoke clears, there's too many houses? Now, that would be interesting, to say the least. It would prove, Scott Walter's realtor, would prove his theory that there's too much right now. But goes to the second point, is that people right now are bidding. Landlords are saying, hi, potential rent starts at $1,700. Let's take applications. Now, guys, as a single dad, having to rent a house in my kid's school district so that he could play as a student athlete was difficult. And I'll never forget going to a place, and the woman literally, here's the applications. I think it's 34 or 36 right now. Okay, well, thanks, bye. Okay. Oh, you put it in. Okay, we like you. No, I'm a single guy with a kid. Okay, you're not going to take me. Are you kidding? Okay, no, not even going to waste my time. Okay, plus my favorite thing here in California, I don't know if they do this around the country, but hey, we have a credit application. There were scams, not this woman, but scams where people would go out there and they would take your credit application and take your $40 fee to run your credit. Okay, only problem was you got denied and they wouldn't run the credit. So you take 10 of those, you got $400. What if 30 people show up and want the house? That happened. So there's that. The other thing is, you're starting to see the housing market definitely cool. Houses are on the market longer, and you're starting to see a price reduction that's happening. And the beauty of this right now is there is a great article that's below talking about the 10 cities that you can get a deal in. If you're a buyer right now, well, wait, whoa. I just heard we couldn't buy a house, Dan. I just heard that there was such a glut and such a lack of houses. Well, here's where the housing markets turn in 10 cities. That's the beginning of it, guys. Yesterday's video talking about all those people laying off mortgage people. It is going to be a bloodbath in the mortgage industry, and you're going to see problems with this only compound and escalate. But this is happening around the globe. And again, people, as the number of adjustable rate mortgages go up, it's not a problem today. And people are convinced in their soul, and you should read the emails that they send me. Hey, Dan, we had to get in this house. We have to move for the kids, and we couldn't get a fixed rate mortgage, so we had to take an adjustable. And, okay, good luck. Good luck, guys. If you don't think that that rate's going to go up, you're kidding yourself. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. But everything that I talk about is backed up by those stories below. And it's fascinating right now because you're starting to see markets where the real estate has taken a turn. And, it's where, hey, it's a buyer's market in this area. Now, again, look at it. I'm not going to bore you with certain cities and things like that. Surely is not here, okay, where I'm walking right now. But share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I'm going to end this video with these last few stories, but first, yesterday when I was in Belmont Shore, which is about a mile from where I'm at right now, which was what gave me the idea to come back down here and show you guys this area, I'm walking to the restaurant with my friend Dave, and a guy drives by, Dan, iAllegedly, hey! And then turns around and comes back to the parking lot and goes, oh, it is you, I'm Spencer. So we got a picture with Spencer, and here it is. But he said that he and his wife are real big fans of the channel. Great guy. And it was really nice meeting him yesterday, which inspired me to come back here today. So first thing, final story, second to the last final story, is the economy in the first quarter shrank 1.6%. And they revised the numbers down, which gives inflation fears. Now, again, guys, hey, things are not really that good right now. Okay, you'd have to be, like I say, sniffing glue to think that things are anything but horrible right now. So that being said, prepare yourself, because in a week or two, what they're going to say is that we are in a recession because the GDP numbers are going to be off. And we all know that already because we live through this stuff and we see how people are not spending money. The final thing is, there's a man who runs a $68 billion hedge fund. Andrew Formica runs the Jupiter Fund. Andrew's 51 years old and said, you know what, I'm done. I'm just gonna quit. I'm gonna go back to Australia and sit on the beach. Guys, what? I ask people this question. I've asked myself this question. What's the number? What does it take for you to sit there and say, I quit, I'm gonna do nothing and sit on a beach? Or go out and hang out here all day and learn to sail? As I watch these kids taking sailing classes in these little tiny sailboats, I'm thinking, oh, that'd be really cool. I wonder if they'd let a fat old man sit in one of those boats and do that. Anyways, what's the number? Is it a number? Is it getting rid of the business? Is it getting rid of the responsibilities? People I know have service companies and businesses that they're so overwhelmed that, you know, they don't run without them, which is a huge problem for a business. You need to have it so that you and your significant other can get out of Dodge for a week to 10 days. And you know what? The place is still going to be standing when you get back there. That's one of the greatest experiences of my life, when I could take my kids and go away for 5-6 days. That was when it, oh, this is cool. Okay. So I don't see myself never working again. Okay, I'm going to do nothing. I don't see that. I see that things would change and things would get easier. But Mr. Formica, this guy is like, no, I'm going to take my money and go sit on the beach. That's what I'm going to go do. So what would it take, guys? How much money would it take, seriously? And because I have people from around the world and it's a different monetary thing, it's selling the business, getting rid of the responsibility, maybe you have a sick relative, maybe something that you would get help with or change in your life that would make it so you could retire and do whatever you want. But again, you want to enjoy yourself right now? Sell your expertise. I'm telling you that right now, guys. Whatever you know, sell it, and there's people out there that are going to buy it. Remember the crocheting lady. We're talking about that yesterday, about how much money she makes selling crocheting tips. You know, what's funny is I look at it and I'm like, I don't even know if these are good tips or not, but she's making 15 grand a month doing her shenanigans. Okay, private internet access VPN. The link is below. You can save 82% and you can browse the internet anonymously. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Share it with everybody. Don't forget, we've got the email list you can sign up for, the Patreon account, Onward and Upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.